Cafe, and it is Tuesday, therefore it's our young tellers, and I'm sort of walking around, so I'll go very dark at times, and then I'll go light again, because I'm walking up a pier at Weston-super-Mare, or I will be. But for now, Jasname, are you ready to tell the first story?
Yes, I'm ready to tell.
So we'll go to Jasname in Punjab, and then Mariam after Jasname. Jasname, can I hand over to you? Welcome. You're muted still.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasname, and today I'm going to narrate you an Indian myth. The story is Durga and the demon. Once there was a demon named Mahesha. He was a shape-shifting animal. He could change into any animal. He could change into anything. He could change his skin color and also his eyes. He might choose claws on his hand. He might choose his nails, and he might choose jaws, horns, or elbows. But Mahesha was not satisfied with what he had. He wanted more powers. He wanted to rule the heaven and the earth. And so, to do this, what he did was, for 4,000 years, he did not eat anything. He just prayed. And all the gods guaranteed him that you will be awarded with a gift because you have done so good. And after determination, he earned the gift. And the god asked, "What power do you want?" And he said, "I want immortality." But no one and nothing, no, not even the universe can guarantee that. You have to die once. It is written. And then he said that he could be killed by no man and no god, and his request was granted. Now no man or no god could kill Mahesha. And the demon started. He started to conquer the earth because he could not be killed by a man. So there was no warrior, no emperor who could defeat him. And then he looked up to the heaven. He clawed his way upwards. And because he could not be killed by the god, he started to conquer the heaven. He grabbed the gods in huge, brightly colored hands and threw them from heaven. He threw Vishnu and Shiva and Brahma. The gods were homeless and humiliated. They allowed the heat of their anger to burst from their bellies, and white flames melted together, and then stepped a woman, a tall, dark woman named Durga. Durga was dressed in bright red sari, and she had 10 strong, elegant arms. The gods gave her 10 objects: a thunderbolt, a spear, a bow and arrow, a rope, an axe, a discus, a sword, a trident, a conch shell, and a lotus flower. Then the gods gave her a tiger to ride on. Durga rode upon her tiger to the heaven. She saw Mahesha in splendid purple scales on a golden throne, picking his teeth with a claw, flicking his 3 tails. She challenged him by throwing a thunderbolt on her feet. He laughed. "I can be killed by no man and no god. Who women are you?" Durga leapt off her tiger and called back, "Do I look a man or do I look a god?" she said. She threw a spear on Mahesha's chest. The sharp point struck the rib cage, but before his purple body could die, he changed into a huge lion. Durga shot the lion in the face with her bow and arrow. And as the lion fell winning to the ground, before the lion's body could die, Mahesha turned into a giant. He was a giant so tall that his head was above the clouds of heaven. Durga took a rope and threw it on the giant's ankle and tripped him down. But before the giant's body could die, Mahesha changed into an elephant now. The elephant wrapped its trunk around the tiger and Durga together and whirled them to throw them out of heaven. Durga took her spinning silver discus and sliced off the elephant's trunk. But before elephant could die, Mahesha changed into a buffalo, which charged heavy hoof towards Durga. Durga wrapped all her free hands round the hilt of her sword, swung it, and cut off the buffalo's head. And fast as fire, before Mahesha could change shape again, Durga leapt on the buffalo's back, wrapped her legs round it, squeezed the demon's true form out. She squeezed a bold, scrawny creature, wrinkled and twisted from his years of denial, out of the bleeding neck of the buffalo. Durga forced Mahesha to form out into the light, and then she stabbed him through her heart with her trident. That is how the gods returned home, which was heaven, and that is how people regained control of the earth. And that is how Mahesha, who could not be killed by a man or god, was killed by a woman. Thank you.
That was quite amazing, Jasnai. And that's a really long myth to be able to tell in one thing like that. Now, is Mariam still there? I can't see because I'm working from my phone, walking along. Is Mariam still there to do the second story? Baba C, maybe you can tell me who's there. Okay. Who's there? Who's with us today? Have we got any other young tellers? Ah, whoa, wonderful. Have you got a story for us? Radio from Nigeria. Have you got a story today? You're muted. Please tell us.
Okay. Good evening. The title of my story is Talkative Third Turn. Once upon a time, in a long time ago, there was a tortoise who loved talking. And then he saw some birds. They were about to fly somewhere. And then the turtle also was invited there. So he couldn't fly to get there in time. So he asked the birds. So we asked the birds, can I travel with you? But they said turtles don't fly. And then he said, I can fly, then you can carry me. And then he said, okay. He was carried on a stick, which was held by the turtle's mouth. And then while he was up in the air, he saw people playing. He saw people playing around, children playing around. Then he said, then he was about to talk. Then immediately as he said a word, he fell from the stick, and then that was the end of the turtle. The end.
Thank you. So good to have you back. Would you like to say something about it? So far. Okay.
No.
I can't see it. My phone. I can't see if we've got anyone else waiting to tell. Brother C, maybe you could help. Is anyone telling at the moment?
Hi, John.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is there someone else to tell?
Yeah.
No, no one else to tell. Just saying hi.
From Nigeria. Fantastic. So
Can I tell another story?
well, you can, of course, yes. Do.
Okay. This story is about this story is about another tortoise, and this is about another tortoise and a king. Once upon a time, there was a king who had a magical drum. Anytime he would play it, food would appear anyhow. But there was one rule behind this drum. If anybody trips over a stick, if anybody walks over a stick, if the person who owns the drum walks over a stick, the stick will be bringing out ghosts, and the ghosts will start eating the owner. The ghosts and the spirits will start eating the people that ate out of its food. So one day, the king's wife went to bathe her child. When she finished bathing her child, she wanted to get something for her child to eat. So she went to a palm wine tree where a tortoise used to get his food, where a poor tortoise used to get his food. And then one palm wine dropped from the tree. Palm roots dropped from the tree, and then the queen, one of the king's wife, fed it to her child, and then the tortoise said that I want my palm fruits back. I want my palm fruits back. But the king's wife said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. So you can have many other palm fruits on your tree. And he said, no, I want that exact palm fruits. Then one of the king's wives, said, I'm sorry, you can have anything. You can have my child even. He's the one that ate the palm fruits. Then he said, no, I want that same palm. I want that same palm fruits. Then the tortoise let her go. Then the next day, tortoise came to the king's palace. The next day, tortoise came to the king's palace, and then he said, I want a payback. I want a payback for my palm fruits. Then he said, you can't have any, and I'm sorry, you can have anything you want. Then he said, then the tortoise, who was poor, said with a wicked grin, said, I want your magical drum that used to make food and drinks. Then or else I'll take your child. But the king had no choice, so he gave him the magical drum. And then he called all his friends to the party, to a feast, and then he beat the drum, and lots of food came to serve his guests. Then one day, the tortoise, who was drunk by drinking palm wine, tripped over a twig, and then he tripped over a twig, and then he went to beat his drum, but instead ghosts and spirits came out and started beating the turtles. When they finished beating him, the turtle had a wicked idea. He called all his friends and to a feast again, and then he beat the drum, and hid behind the cupboard, and then the ghosts and spirits beat all of his guests. And so the tortoise became poor again, but then he asked the king for another thing, that he was sorry. Then he gave him a magical flute that would bring food and drinks. And then he told him, you will have this thing in one condition: never blow it more than 2 times a day. So he agreed and took it home. And then he blew, and then all his children, his wife ate and ate. So one day, one of the tortoise children said, I want to blow the flute. But the tortoise had already blown the flutes in the morning. Then he remembered the rule: you must not blow it 2 times a day. You must not blow it 2 times a day. Then his child even wanted to blow it even more. Then he went to where the flute was kept. He blew, foo, 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 and then the flute's magic disappeared, and then the tortoise became poor. And then the tortoise learned his lesson not to be greedy.
That was wonderful, Radia. I'll speak since John is not here. Babasi, can you hear us? And did you hear Radia's story? You missed it. It was really nice. And Radia, did you make up that story? Because I know that sometimes you and your sister create your stories.
Excuse me for interrupting. Can you hear me? I'm sorry I missed the princess's story.
I read it from a book.
Oh, okay. It's very similar to the one with the water mill. Is it a water mill? The one, the flour maker. It's very similar. And why the sea is salty? So you learn your lesson by not doing things.
Thank you.
Princess Radia, I'm so sorry I missed your story. I always look forward to when you and your sisters are telling. I had technical issues that Zoom wouldn't let me in, and I finally got them resolved. Thank you, Simona, for stepping in and saving the day. I was supposed to be stepping in for John. I couldn't do anything. It wouldn't let me in. Anyhow, let me stop apologizing. Thank you, and thank you. Asante Sana, thank you very much, both of you. And also for Princess Jasname, who I missed because I couldn't get any sound. It was, anyhow, I'm much better now.
I was late for Jasname, so I missed her as well. There's John here.
Oh, John just popped back in. I just popped back in.
Yeah.
And John's having audio
Yeah, if
challenges.
I predictably enough, my everything keeps going. Are you able to take over, Babasi?
Yes, and I'm so glad Simona was
No, I
here.
can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Simona, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And he froze.
I can now.
Right.
I
Between
can
Simona and I,
now.
we got it.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to give up. Everyone's been magnificent so far, but I'm sort of in a car park and trying a multi-story car park and trying desperately to find places with connections, but it's not working. So I'll see you all. And if you can announce what's coming up, which is Deborah Weller on Friday, and of course our 10-hour marathon on Saturday. But we can, but thank all the storytellers, and I don't know if there's any more young people to tell tonight. Is there any more young people ready to tell?
I don't think so, but there's a student of mine in the room, but it's the first time for her, so she's just going to listen tonight.
Okay.
Maybe next time she'll tell a story.
Well, if we've had all the stories, Jasname's was wonderful, Radia's was wonderful. There's no one else there. So
Hey, John,
what
you
we
want to
have
remind him
coming
what?
up,
Oh, you're
Hold on.
doing it.
but yeah, it's okay. I can do this. It was just if there were other people waiting to tell, but as there's not, I can. I can. So Friday we've got Deborah Weller as Mrs. Sunshine Santa. So that's Friday at 6 o'clock. Saturday, everyone is welcome to come and tell a story. There's different hosts through the day. There's David Heathfield, Jasname. There's one Babasi. I can't remember who the other one is. Could be Simona herself. And we're doing 10 hours of stories and poems for peace. It's David Heathfield's inspiration. But I will not be doing a hosting because, as you can see, at the moment I have slight problems. So I always have slight problems, but I have slight technical problems at the moment because I seem to be geographically challenged. So, but everyone, if I don't see you before Christmas, have a great Christmas. Have whatever you're celebrating in your winter
Ramadan.
festival. Ramadan, yeah. And what's yours, Babasi?
Kwanzaa. Mine is Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa. Miriam is entering the room. So Miriam
Starts the
might
day
want
after
to
Christmas
tell.
and goes to January 1st. So
Yeah.
wishing everyone.
Can you
Say again?
can you let Miriam tell? I think Miriam's just entered the room, so she might want to tell. So can I leave that in your capable hands?
Yes, you may, sir.
Okay.
And happy holiday to you.
And you. Bye-bye.
All right. Miriam, would you like to tell us a story today? Okay. And the other fantabulous Princess R, would you like to tell us a story today? You don't have to if you don't want to, but we always like your stories. Yes,
It
I guess
is
she's,
my mother.
that's
I
your
don't-
mother. I always think you're their sister. And I mean that genuinely, okay? But I always think you're their sister. When I was younger, much younger, before this was even in my imagination, whenever the boys would call to talk to my sisters and my mother answered the phone, they always thought they were my sisters. And they would say, "Stop playing." And I'm like, and she would say no. And then my sister would have to pick up on another extension and say, "That's my mother you're talking to. Be respectful," you know. And Yeah, so it's a blessing.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is
was just
like,
and I was just told to address you as Queen Aura.
yeah.
So the queen and her princesses. See, that's a story in itself, you know. So thank you. And are you guys observing Ramadan now? Or did you reserve Ramadan earlier? Unmute.
So Ramadan is gonna be around March, end of March. We've done Ramadan this year already. So
Okay, here in the United States, the Nation of Islam is observing Ramadan now because they consider themselves on a journey. And so I get confused because I know different aspects of Islam, and they celebrate at different times. And it seems like I'm always in the midst of Ramadan. But whenever the journey is, it's a blessed journey. You know, so happy holiday, happy Kwanzaa. Simona, thank you for saving my, well, I won't say bacon, for saving my vegetarian fajitas. And and if Miriam doesn't want to tell a story, it's okay. And I hope to see everybody Friday for the fabulous Deborah Weller. And Saturday, we're having a story-thon. It starts way too early for me to mention. It's going to be early and it's going to go on all day long. Simona and I are scheduled to be host at some point, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, I say host because it's really the tellers platform, and we're just going to try to ensure as many tellers get a chance to tell as possible. But that's another tell for another time. All right, well, oh yeah, 10 to 12, that's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. British time, right? So 10 a.m., oh Lord. That's 5 a.m. my time? That's 5 a.m. Washington, D.C. time, Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, right. You guys are going to see me at 5 a.m. like this. No. Anyhow, once again, to the Queen and her princesses, to the sensationally fantabulous Simona, and all the tellers that told their tales today. Asante Sana, thank you very much. And we look forward to hearing from your student in the near future, Simona. And let me look at the old clock on the wall. And for me, it is an old clock on the wall. We had a clock that was so old, it didn't have hands. And 12:36, we've had a half an hour of fun. Thanks, everyone. I guess we're done. Waleed, this Saturday, oh man, we're going to press you and your assistants to the max. So please check the, I'm 6 to 8 a.m. Unmute.
You're 6 to 8 p.m. UK time. So
Oh.
I guess it's
Oh.
1 to 3 p.m. In
Your
Washington.
5 hours there is 1 to, yeah, about 1 to 3 p.m. Oh, that's a lot better. I do get it for when they do Australia, Asia, when they do the Asian Australian combo, and they start at 10 a.m. That's about 5 a.m. my time, which means I have to be up at 2 a.m. because I'm slow getting ready, but I'm not complaining, you know. So hopefully the Queen and her princesses will join us. And who knows, maybe even the prince will pass through. He does every so and now, you know. So, oh yeah, you know what? I need to copy that. So 10 a.m. Yeah, wait.
It's in the
You're
email
a good.
he sent us, Babasi. He sent us.
Hey,
an
Simona,
email.
could you do me a favor?
Yes.
I'm gonna put my email address in. Would you send it to me in the email? I'm quite sure I have it, but I have a whole bunch of emails that have queued up, and I'm gonna spend a day going through that. I'm putting it in now. babacgms@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
I appreciate that. I know I have it. I just got to find it again. And anybody who's tuning in and listening, yes, I'm procrastinating signing out because sometimes the young tellers come in at the last moment and we try to give them every chance. But it looks like we're about done for the day. So I can go to lunch. It's about what? It's 12:39 p.m. on my side. That's lunchtime. Okay, well, once again, Asante Sana, thank you very much for all those who tuned in. Thank you for Princess Radia, and thank you for the Queen Mother making a guest appearance. I still say you look like their sister. That's a compliment, though. Simona, thank you for having my back, for having John's back. So now we're back. And Waleed and whoever else is in the World Storytelling Cafe, you can clock us out now. You can sign us out now. And everybody enjoy your day. Continue having a terrific Tuesday. Have a thoroughly thankful, thoughtful Thursday, and a phenomenal Friday. And of course, this Saturday is going to be sensational. All right. I'm Baba C, stepping in for John, who Simona stepped in when I had tech problems. Yeah. Miriam, hopefully we'll catch you next time. And everybody, run. Take care, everybody. Stay blessed. Happy holidays and Happy New Year's. Waleed, sign us out, please. If I sign out, everybody will still be in.
Bye.
All right, take care. Till the next time. All right, we got it.